What's
Hey,
up, man?
what
Hey,
up, Next Shot
hey!
Nation?
Oh
We
man,
back.
feels so too big to be getting. We are back, but the
Hey,
thing is, guys, I understand it's on a Tuesday night, and our theme is actually Monday. But then, Dips, we need to address this. Why are we doing this on a Tuesday, though?
okay. Before that, I want to address the big elephant in the room, right? Right, the
Oh,
big elephant in
okay.
the room. But I'm gonna break it down, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
you decided not to rain check today and come on board. Okay. I've been mainstay since
Yes.
we rebranded and started, right? Okay. But do you notice a trend here?
Yep.
Once upon a time, okay, we started with six of us, you know. Right
Yep.
now, at this point of time, there's only two of
Mm-hmm.
us hosting this segment. And it's not coincidental that the two of us are hosting this segment and the two of us whose team won over the weekend as well, right? It just makes me wonder. Like, leave Zam out of it because Man City is just going to continue winning. So he has a right to come in whenever he wants. He can go, he cannot come in whenever he wants, right? But a certain Spurs and
True.
Newcastle fan, don't know where that person went. But then the biggest one, the biggest elephant in the room is the elephant itself. Where is that
Where is the
fella?
elephant now?
He said he'll in and out
I don't
because
know, man.
he got the D 2 weeks in a row. He got the D, so he's gonna go in and out, in and out. How
I feel for him. I feel for him, but I don't know, man. I don't know where is this going with him.
You know what? Never mind. Let's just go, guys. Whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the show must go on. We apologize for not coming on live last week because we're all working adults. We've all been caught up with our with stuff and all that, so we couldn't make it. But it
Yes.
almost happened this week, but we say, you know what? No, even if we don't go in on Monday, we are doing this on Tuesday, and that is why for today it is Tuesday night therapy, TNT.
Tuesday night therapy. This is
Let's
it,
kick off
guys.
the
So
show, Joel. Let's kick off the show with our
let's
first
kick it
topic,
off, Joe.
right?
Yep.
Now,
So we're just
this.
going to brief you guys a little bit. I think we've got like 400,000 people watching us. So keep it tuning, guys. So we're going to start with, we're going to kickstart with Brighton. All right. The way they brighten up the entire week. All right. Followed by Tips. He looks like you, man. If you were to shred your weight, I think this is how you look like. But yeah, we'll
Probably, yeah.
kickstart with Ollie Watkins as well, and then
We will probably
Who
end
needs
our
Jude?
night with this.
That's one.
Yeah, we'll probably end our night
Yeah.
with this because
All right.
this is
We'll end the
something
night
we've
with.
been speaking about for the longest time, and bam,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. And we have categories that has who needs Jude. So that's the thing. And then we will hit it up with Arsenal cracking under pressure. All right. We'll talk a little bit more on this. And then we'll touch base with relegation watch. And then finally, what's happening to Tottenham. All right. And
Who, who,
sadly,
who, who, who?
who is that, man? Sadly, it's not that. But yeah, all right. Let's just kick some man. Dips. First and foremost, Brighton, man, what a game. All right. When the game actually started, right, Chelsea and Brighton, did you ever think in your wildest dream, all right, in your wildest damn dream, Brighton would have turned out winners?
To be very honest, I knew that they might win considering how they've been playing. And honestly, Brighton this season, as we spoke about, they're not pushovers, right? They have been
Yeah.
phenomenal, right? And they have been consistent. That's the thing, consistency. Yes, you lose the odd games here and there, but then they turn up when it matters. So with the result, I'm not surprised. But on a personal level, I wished Chelsea would have won the game, right? But that is, we all know why on a
Hmm.
personal level. But with Brighton winning, I think I mean I think it did football justice. I watched the game, the second half of the game, and man,
Hmm.
the way Brighton were playing, I think they could have scored even more than that 2-1 victory. And we got to keep in mind, Joel, we have to keep in mind that Brighton has only played 29 games so far, right? And by this weekend, the teams that are around them, just around and above them, so we're talking about Villa and Spurs especially, we would have played
Hmm.
32 games. So
Ooh.
Brighton has 3 games in hand, and they are like what 7, 8 points off the Champions League spot as well. So there is
Yep.
a very high chance that these fellas may actually nick the last Champions League's place on in I mean, yeah, I mean they may replace Spurs and they may nick the top 4.
Maybe. They may. I
They
think
may.
maybe
There's a
that
very
the viewers they need a little bit more than just us talking. So let me just share this with you so that they will know what we are talking about. So guys, let's not talk about the first. Let's not talk about the second, third, fourth. All right. This is where Brighton is. Dibs, you can see my screen, right?
Yep, yep,
All right, this is where Brighton is right now. They are in seventh place. All right, so they have like played 29 games, 49 points. They are going in a very interesting run. All right, if you look at
yep,
it, Aston Villa is just on top of them, but Brighton have 2 games in hand. Hypothetically, all right, this hypothetically, if Brighton were to win their next 2 games in hand, right, all right, they'll play six
yep.
points. They'll put
That's
easily
55.
just 55 points. That's easily fifth.
Yep,
55, and then there's like what 4 points away from United.
yep. And 1 point behind Newcastle.
Yeah, hi, technically speaking, they can actually do the
But
wonder.
we guys, we just need to let the viewers know this is taking into consideration of Brighton
Yes.
winning the next 2 games. We're
Yeah.
not looking at United's game in hand or Newcastle's game in hand.
Yeah,
Just
we're not
Brighton
looking
winning
at
the
that.
next 2 games. They will be
Correct.
1 point behind Newcastle, which is the last Champions League spot that Newcastle is occupying. So yes, people may say Brighton has got the honestly speaking, the games in hand that Brighton has is not easy. It's probably against, I think, Man City, Newcastle, if I'm not wrong.
They've got
So
quite
it
a
is
number
going to
of
be
games. If you
tough.
look
Yeah.
at it, Brighton, they have like the next Premier League game is Nottingham Forest. I think they
Yep.
could get like 3 points out of that. Followed by Wolves, followed by Man United, followed by Everton, Arsenal,
Southampton.
Southampton, and then this is the last four is tough. All right,
Yep.
they take on the mighty villains. I think Chelsea easy 3 points, no
Bro, that
issues.
is 23rd July, bro. That is not there. That is for
I
next
think
season,
that
maybe.
so no, they're playing. Oh, that's next season, no?
No, Brighton's last game is against Villa. That is a very, very, very crucial
Oh, so
game for
that's the
both
last game.
teams.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, all right. So we're not talking about this. So this is the last games.
So,
Wow.
hypothetically speaking, the tough games that Brighton has, to be very honest, right? And again, no disrespect to any of the other teams, it's probably Man City, United, Arsenal, and Villa at this point of time.
Yeah,
That's
man. Oh
four
my God,
very
this
tough
is
games.
just so interesting how it's going to be. So, but I think there's someone in here, but I think we'll just check out a few of the comments that's coming in before we even touch base with our special guest. So we decided to actually take in a special guest, guys. So if the special guest is ready, we will actually bring the special guest because he wants to prep himself. He has been going through a little bit of a rough week. So yeah, let's just take some comments though. Dibs.
Yeah.
So what's the first
So
comment that we
Alexander
have?
obviously say we're top of the league, say we're top of the league. I mean, fair enough. Elephant's still top of the league, but they still got to play the Habibi, one of the Habibi, right? Faris, thank you for tuning in, Mr. Win only. Hey, actually, Faris is right. Rain check FC, we didn't get you, huh? Last 2 shows, yeah. Rain check. Brighton top 4, okay. Testament of how poor Chelsea were, right? Yes. Brighton and City, and finally Spurs daily inconsistent. Well, we'll come to Spurs in a while. We'll talk about them. So since we're talking
Yep,
about
yep.
the Champions League, we will talk about Spurs in a while. So, but Joe, before we do that, do you want to do the honors of bringing this special guest? Needs no
Yeah,
introduction, right? He's always turned up whenever he wants to turn up. He
correct.
is like our boss. I
Yes.
legit
So
fear him. I legit fear him.
fear him as well. And
You know
and speaking of which, all right. So he's going to come in and he's going to give us a brief detail of how Aston Villa has been performing because this special guest, all right, he has been following Aston Villa for the longest time. All right. Not
exactly.
saying that he is part of the fan base. All right. The fan base is beside me. That's him. But he has been statistically following Aston Villa and he has even said it and he has put his life on the line and said that
And guys, this is not
Aston
a spoiler.
it's
This
not a
is the
spoiler.
fact,
All
right?
right. Aston Villa is not going to finish in the top four. Neither are they going to finish in the top six. Neither are they going to finish in the top 10. Dibs,
They are
what are they
going
going to
to
finish in?
Aston Villa, according to our guest, according to our VIP, Aston Villa is going to finish in the top 15.
Top
I
15.
never
Here we
saw that
go.
coming. I thought we will finish 16, man. But
I
damn,
don't know. I
this
thought
guy
you
has
guys
got
would have
it.
been relegated. But then top 15 is a good shout
You know
out.
what? We've got
And
to bring him on. Whoa,
he's in.
welcome, yo.
He's in. So, Mio, I don't understand why you are not switching on your video. Hmm.
Hey,
All right, my
Mio,
man.
very colorful today, huh?
I just finished my prayer.
Oh, you
I
just
just
finished your
go.
prayer.
I just go about 5 to 10 minutes only.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. So tell us in these 5 to 10 minutes, talk to us about Aston Villa. How are they performing? Do you think they've got a great shout to actually finish in the top four?
Hmm. Actually, I have to change my mind
Time
already
is
lah.
ticking, Mio. You only have
Oh,
five to
he
ten
okay,
minutes.
he said he wants to change his mind. So let's give him the sole
Go
I
ahead.
benefit.
think they
Come
will
on, go
finish
for it.
in top 10 already lah.
You think
Hmm.
they finish? That is an
If they got
upgrade, Mio.
opportunity
Thank.
to be in the fifth spot, yes.
All right. So me, I just wanted to check in with you, Mio. So now that Villa is, you said they might be in the top five. That's a huge improvement, no? From top 17 to top 15 to 10, now to
Top
five.
five.
Okay. So I
But wait,
think
I
the
want to
first and
ask you
second,
though,
yeah,
Mio, what made you change your mind? Why do you think Villa will finish top five? Because I'll be
yeah.
very honest. I'll be very honest. As a Villa fan myself, finishing top five, I would love it. But with how many games we've played compared to the likes of Liverpool and Brighton, right? I think we may finish seven or eight, right? That is what I think. But why do you
You
say
must
top five?
believe in your team. You must believe in your team.
I believe
And
in my team,
I
bro.
believe in my. But you see, since Unai came to Villa, he changed a lot in Villa. I admire. I
Okay.
admire that
Okay.
he changed Villa team, except for the
Ooh.
Stevie G era. The one I don't
Do not
know
talk
why.
about his name. We shall not bring that name up in this podcast or any group chats or anywhere, okay? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
But good
But
job.
let's say see, you see Watkins become more better and Martinez become more better. As you see,
Oh,
and when you
look at the
Villa,
way he's speaking deep.
but
He's like
but
meditating and telling you, no.
but you have to believe in Villa because you
But
see this Villa team has not been in Champions League yet or in Europa League. They have to be careful in the Europa League because they might meet Liverpool or might meet Real Sociedad, Bayern Leverkusen. And this
uh-huh.
team, if they go to the Europa League, if they cannot win Europa League or make it to the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, but I hope recently Unai can turn things around for Villa.
But I think you
Mm.
Una has already turned things around considering we were 16th when he took over and now we are sixth. If you talk about the most informed team since the Unai took over, we are just below Arsenal. And so I think he has turned the tables, right? He has turned it around, right?
Yes, yes. But this team they never play in Europa League. Neither of the players play in Europa League except for
I don't think
Coutinho
any
and
of West Ham player has played in Europa League as well. They did pretty
No, no, no.
decent last season.
I beg to differ. Mio, there's a certain player in Villa who has
actually Coutinho.
through
Actually
through thick
Coutinho
and
play
No,
in
thin. No, no,
you
through
think
thick and
properly
thin.
again.
Think properly. He has been our savior, man. Come on.
actually
You
Young.
forgot about Ashley Young.
Exactly.
He's played in Europa League.
Yeah, he's
Coutinho
been
has
in
played in
Champions
Europa
League.
League.
I think
Martinez has
some of
played in the
them.
World Cup. He's a World Cup winner as well. So
That's why I
if you
say
see,
Martinez
Mhm.
the World Cup winner for and World Cup goalkeeper. I say if Villa can and Unai can change things around, or maybe take fourth spot against Newcastle, he will be in World Cup.
oh, I mean,
Oh,
whoa, Mio. If that comes true, right? If Villa gets the fourth spot, right? Let me tell you on live, not live television, but on live podcast, if Villa gets a Champions League spot, 2023, 2024 champion Man United jersey, I will get it for you, the home jersey.
hey, why I don't get any of this?
Because he said Villa is going to qualify for Champions League. If
Okay,
Villa gets Champions League, if Villa beats Newcastle to the Champions League spot, that's what he said. If Unai turn things
okay.
around, that can happen. So Mio, you
All
have
right,
my
Mio.
word. If that
Anything can
happens,
happen. Because
Yes,
well,
anything can happen. Correct.
you see Newcastle, Spurs dropping, and
Yeah.
even Arsenal. Like I don't know what happened. Maybe they're fasting or what, maybe.
Fasting. Mio. Okay, before we remove you, I know you need to go, for
I
your
need to go
prayers and
already.
all. Yeah, just tell us your top four predictions. Top four.
City,
Okay.
Arsenal, United, Villa,
And your three teams that is going to get relegated.
Southampton, Nottingham Forest,
All right.
and West Ham.
West Ham. Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, Mio. Thank you so much, Mio.
Thank
We'll
you,
talk to you
Mio.
again. Thank you.
Have a good one, Mio. That
Babes.
boy never fails to amuse me, right?
Oh my
But
goodness, my man.
but I
My
tell you,
man.
bro, from top 15 to top 10 to top 7,
Are you freaking
and
kidding
then and
me?
then when he came on, he said top 5, but now before he left, he says top 4. Oh gosh,
Are
bro.
we gonna see Ollie Watkins side having the Champions League patch?
Ah man, I mean I'm okay lah. Let's have some real talk right now, right? Let's have real
Let's
talk
go.
right now.
Let's
So
go.
so so I obviously my Villa boys in my Villa group chat are everybody's just buzzing, especially after
Yeah.
last weekend's win over Newcastle, right?
Hmm.
Because honestly, we all thought that that game would where we would have our loss after like 7 unbeaten run. Let's be honest, Newcastle are flying, right? Even though they had hit that bad patch once it started, they won 5 games
They're
in a
still
row.
flying. Yeah.
They're still flying, right? They're still flying, and Eddie Howe has done a tremendous job, and the
Mm.
players they have are good. So you go. I was watching the game at SOS Bar with these boys, and we had a huge turnout. We had like a so-called family day. So kids
Mm.
came. They had like face painting, balloon whatsoever, and all of that.
In the
And just
night,
before
at
at
that
night, yeah,
evening.
yeah, at
Ooh,
6 from 6 to 10, from 6 to 9:30, yeah.
shit, nice. All right.
Yeah. So when the lineup was announced and I realized that Kamara was out, Cash was out, obviously Coutinho is out and Bailey,
Mm-hmm.
though he hasn't been that great, but obviously
He's
someone off the bench, we could make some difference, right? And we had two goalkeepers in the bench, two
yeah,
youngsters in the bench. I looked at the game and I say, you know what? I will happily take a 0-0 draw at this point of time,
yeah.
right? But as the game went on, I was sat there watching with my mouth open and my beer in my hand. I'm like, bro, I only had 3 pints of beer that night. Huh?
Ooh,
First pint was before the game started. Second pint was for the first half. Third pint was for the second half. That's it. Because
they were
I
pretty
sat there.
engrossed to the watch.
I mean, the way Villa played, and I've never seen them play like this before,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Under O'Neill or even previous managers, right? There was a system. Unai had a system. Emery had a system, and you can see that the players are finally getting into this system because 2 months ago when the same system was played, we lost 3 games in a row, conceding
Yeah.
11 goals. We lost
Mm-hmm.
4-2 to Leicester, 3-1 to Man City, and 4-2 to Arsenal.
Yep.
We can see that the players are actually getting used to the system of what Emery
Mm-hmm.
wants. At this
Yeah.
point of time, I can go all out and say very confidently, right? I think teams are actually fearing to play Villa at this point of time.
Yeah, I think that comes in, and I remember we did talk about it, when we had the game Leicester, and then followed by City, and then they were playing Arsenal, and we remember we said that that is the rough patch that Villa is going to go through,
Yep.
because it's back to back tough games. City are flying, Arsenal are flying, Leicester was
Leicester
just a
was
little bit here and
honestly
there.
Leicester I think was a
Was
fluke,
a
right?
fluke. Yeah, was a
That
fluke. It's just
yeah,
that Villa didn't turn up. I think Une was
yeah,
just trying, and I don't think so. He was implementing his system on that day against
yeah,
Leicester. He decided to just experiment something else, and I think
correct.
a couple of players, new ones, were also playing in there. I think Megan was also playing out of position, so he was
Yeah,
experimenting. Leicester game fluke. City, Arsenal, you can write that off because they are flying in the league.
yep.
And right after that, boom, you guys just
It started.
hit the gear 5, 6, 7, 8, bam. You guys just keep going. And to be honest, because I was watching, I because of Napshot and you guys, you know, I watch games like Brighton versus Villa. I watch
Yeah.
games like Fulham versus West Ham. So when I was watching Villa games for like consistently for good the entire season, like this whole season, and that was probably the best game I've ever seen Villa play.
The one against
Like
Newcastle, right?
against Newcastle, yeah.
Yep.
Because I honestly literally thought, because the way Newcastle wiped my club out,
Yep.
Venice, the way Newcastle played was incredible. Like
Fantastic.
the
And
way,
and
fantastic, yes.
yeah, Newcastle was fantastic. And
Eh,
I mean, I don't want to say this because probably going to sound biased, but I think you can ask
mhm.
anyone who watched the game, and I think you would say that we didn't even give Newcastle the chance to
To
get
come
the
back.
rhythm, to
Yeah,
get the
to get the
rhythm,
rhythm, to get back
to
in the
get the
game.
rhythm.
No,
Because if Newcastle had gotten the rhythm, that's it, boom. And they actually kind
yeah,
of got it in the second half, like the first 10 minutes.
the
You
first
could
10 minutes,
see,
yes, they switched up a little bit. No, Joel Linton came in, Miggy came in,
yeah,
but but the thing is, Newcastle, right? Uh, they are a topsy turvy club, and I don't think so. And I'm hearing a lot of comments saying that, oh, that's it. No, Newcastle, they are going to go down and all that.
No.
But the thing is, for a club like Newcastle, first season, lots of money being pumped in, yet Eddie did not go out there and spend big. He
Mm-hmm.
decided to buy players that suited his system.
Yeah.
I think they're doing incredibly well. It's
I
just a
think.
little bit
Yeah.
of a rough patch. It's just they probably just hit a brick wall. They didn't turn up
Yep.
that day. Bruno turned up. He's the only player that turned up, and I think Dibu turned up. Martinez turned up. I think these are the only two players.
Martinez definitely turned up.
If not for him,
Mm.
I think
He
I
made
think
two
it's
very crucial saves in the game. One was when we were
yeah,
1-0 up. One was when we were 2-0 up. And I think both
correct.
of these saves were so crucial because just after he made that save, that point blank save, right?
Hmm.
Few minutes later, Villa went on to score, and Watkins' goal was
Yes.
ruled offside. And
Yep.
then the momentum was already on their side. They went to score that second goal proper, you know.
Yeah.
So Martinez was honestly, uh, if you ask me, the entire spine of the team. Martinez, Dougie, as in Luis, and
Yep.
Watkins. This was the spine of the team that literally carried the game. It was something that it was phenomenal, to be very honest, to watch. To
True.
watch Villa play.
True.
I've never
Yep.
watched Villa play like that in a long, long time. And that's why I can confidently say. But if you ask me Champions League spot, I think it's a bit far-fetched.
It's
I
good
mean,
that you picked up that because that was what I was coming to. So if you were to
no,
look at it, Dibs, if you were to look at it, all right, I'm just gonna eliminate the two. So if you look at it, Man United, all right, 30 games, 59 points. And then you have, because I don't want to touch Brighton because they have two games in hand, so we will
yep,
be speaking in hypothetically. So I don't want to do that. Villa, all right, it's not a guarantee that United will win their next game in hand, all right.
yep,
So we're just 9 points, all right. But if you look at it with against Newcastle, they are just 6 points away
yep.
from the fourth spot. So realistically speaking, mathematically speaking, you guys do stand a chance for the fourth
No,
spot now.
mathematically speaking, we do stand a chance. I agree. Mathematically,
Yep.
we are still in contention for a Champions League place, right? I mean, yes, the next 7 games are not easy. Every game has to be treated like a cup finals. At this point of time,
Yes.
we can only concentrate on what is in front of us. So we've got Brentford next coming weekend. After that, we're playing you guys, and then we
Yep.
move on to Fulham, and then we've got to play Liverpool,
Mhm.
Spurs, Brighton, and Wolves in between. So
Mhm.
the 7 games are tough. And the one before Brentford was Newcastle. So the last 8 games of the season, as I mentioned, including Newcastle, were very tough games. So we've already overcome one hurdle, 7 more to go, right?
Yep.
Our destiny is in our hands at this point of time, right? Because it's very crucial that we don't drop points. But at the same time, I don't want to get too carried away because honestly, a conference league spot would do me justice. But at
Good.
this point of time, I think if we are in the top 6 right now, I think why not let's just go for Europa first, and after the next 2 games, because the
True.
game against
True.
United would be very crucial for us. If
Yeah,
we can
because it's
come
happening in
away
Old
with,
Trafford.
yeah, it's happening at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
If we can win Brighton and come away from Old Trafford with at least a point, I think we are looking good. The momentum and the boys will
Yes.
definitely still feel confident.
I feel the next couple of games because you guys are playing Brentford and Aston Villa. All right. Newcastle, on
And
the other hand, they are going to be playing Tottenham and
yep,
Everton. Everton, they are fighting hard this time. And Tottenham, they just lost to Bournemouth. They
we,
are
we don't know
looking to
which
bounce
Tottenham is
back.
going to turn up. Honestly, we don't
Yeah,
know
and
which
they're
Spurs
looking
will turn up.
and they're looking to badly turn up. So a potential banana slip for them for Newcastle,
True.
Tottenham and Newcastle. All right, that's a potential slip, and this could actually eliminate because United are not going to be playing for the next couple of weeks. The next game, I think probably United is just because the next game United is playing against
Villa.
Brentford. So the next possible, yeah, their next possible game in the EPL is Villa.
It is
Yeah,
Villa. So it's a lot of stakes. The stakes are actually
sorry,
very, very
I mean
high.
we're gonna play Tottenham first after the FA Cup semis, and then we play Villa. So that Friday game, 3:15, that's gonna happen. I don't know which
Against
team is
Spurs,
going to
right?
turn up against Spurs. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then right after that, we've got a game against Villa. And the last time that happened, when we played a game on Friday morning, which is Thursday. I mean, no,
Mm-hmm.
Friday morning for us. And then we went to a trip to Anfield. Uh, it didn't go out well. So
Yep.
this is the kind of games where I'm very, very, it's very unfortunate that we're going to be playing like this. But yeah, Villa being Villa. I fancy you guys, Dips. I fancy you guys because Brentford easy three. Fulham, yeah, maybe
I
I'm
don't know if
smart.
Brentford will be easy three as well. We're playing at their stadium as well. You see, again, we don't know which Brentford is going to turn up as well. You know,
I mean,
teams
as
like,
long as I bet Tony is there,
yep,
probably give you
he's
guys
probably
two
going to get a
goals.
penalty or two.
Yeah, Fulham, I
I
feel
mean,
that you guys can win. Yeah, but the thing,
yeah,
the tough ones is going to be United at Old Trafford, Liverpool and Anfield.
Liverpool, Anfield,
Yeah, these are the
Liverpool,
two,
Anfield.
and Tottenham. But I think if you guys are playing at Villa Park, I don't think so. But yeah, United, Old Trafford, Wolves, and also Anfield, Liverpool. I think these
Yeah,
three, because Wolves are slowly coming up, so these
slowly
three could
coming
be
up
the
as well. Yeah,
potential. Yeah, so the top four is not done. I can tell you this: fourth place in the Premier League is not done yet. So
nope,
whoever thinks, I think that the third place as well, three, four, five, six is not done. And I think we will get the shape probably in the 35th game once 35
true.
games has been played.
Once 35 games, because I think in terms of FPL, game week 34 is a double game week. So teams like Brighton, City, I think even you guys, if I'm not wrong, are playing double games as
Yeah.
well. Chelsea, if I'm not
Mhm.
wrong. So after the 34th match, we will probably know how the table is shaping up. And I
Yep.
think and I think this will give us a good, a gauge on where, all the clubs will be, right?
Yep.
And Joe, with that, let's move on to the next topic, which is the relegation
Yeah,
battle
man.
as well. Since we're already there, right? Let's talk
Yes.
about the relegation battle, right? Because as we know, the table is now taking shape. Okay, I am going to say I think the Saints are done and dusted. Southampton will probably go down.
Yeah, man. I think they're done.
They're done, and I also think, and I can safely say, I also think Leicester's done as well.
Ooh, you think so, Leicester?
I think Leicester's done.
Okay, but I'm
I
just going
mean,
to tell you this, all right? I'm just going to keep it within, let's just say this. Okay, look at that. Let's just speak about the teams that has played 31 games, all right? I'm not going to speak about teams. Let's not speak of West Ham. I think West Ham is more or less they are okay. I would say
how many do they have? 31, is it?
31. They're not okay, but we'll come to West Ham. But because they have played
Yeah.
30 games, right? They have one game in hand, so they can literally
Yep.
push their
True.
gap to
True.
4 points. Sorry, to 5 points. So that's good. So let's say these are the five teams, all right, that are gunning not to be in the bottom three. And if you look at it, right, they all have played the same amount of games.
Yep.
They all have the same number of similarities of wins, draws, and losses.
And losses. Yep.
And if you look at it, Southampton has 23 points, Leeds has 29.
That's
It's about
six
six
games.
points,
6 points.
two
Yep.
games. All you got to do is Leeds United to lose 2 games in a row. Southampton just got to win and scrap maybe 1 or 2 games, and they're back at it. But if you just go to look at it, right, for Southampton, their next game against Arsenal, this is a game that's very crucial for them. If they can pick
True.
something out of this, all right, because this the next game is Bournemouth. I don't think so they can
And
get anything out
but you
of
see, bro. But
Newcastle.
here's the thing, right? Arsenal. I mean, the Arsenal game is high stakes for Arsenal as well, considering that they dropped
Yes, correct. Both
4 points. Oh
four
no,
points.
yeah, 4 points. They
Yeah,
dropped 4 points.
they dropped. Yeah, correct. They dropped 4 points.
They
Yeah,
dropped 4 points. Against Liverpool and West Ham,
and they
right?
were leading 2-0. Huh? Yeah, so
Yeah,
they badly lost that.
correct. And if you look at the form table, to be very honest, if you go back and if you click on Bournemouth, right, Bournemouth are not pushovers in the last 6 games. Bournemouth has won 4 games and lost 2.
Yeah.
So they are. I think Bournemouth is picking up at the right time.
Yep.
So that's not going to be easy. And Newcastle isn't going to be easy again because we know Newcastle is going to go all out for the Champions League spot. I think that is something that they want to.
They
So,
had. Yeah, they're badly wanting in for that.
but with that being said, if the ball is round, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know which Saints team will just turn up, and probably, nick a draw or win in one of those 3 fixtures.
Yeah.
But in terms of relegation watch, I don't see them surviving. I don't, even their fan base have, given up. They're like, you know what? I think we're done. We're out.
Yeah, because I have some good friends from the time that they're supporting Southampton, like Paul, and a
Mhm.
few other guys. They still do have the belief, that they will survive this, that they will beat this drop. So the belief is high among the fan base. They're not. I've never heard any one of them said, "Alama, you know what, done and dusted, like done and
Because
dusted."
mathematically they're still I
Mathematically
mean
they're
they
still
still
in there.
yeah,
They feel like they are still in the race to save
yeah.
themselves, like what Alexander said. Leicester, screwed themselves up when they choose Dean Smith of all people. Expect a fire sale from them end of season. Yeah, definitely, man. I think if you were to look at it, like what Deeps was saying, and I think what Mio has been saying, Southampton, Leicester, and one more West Ham.
I
Imagine
don't think
if
West Ham.
this. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think
I mean,
so
I
as
mean, yeah,
well.
yeah. In terms of fire sale,
But
yes, West
in
Ham.
terms of fire sale, like what Alex has just touched on, the fire sale for Southampton, Leicester, and West Ham. My God,
Yes,
it's
they
just because
bounce to Villa,
those,
bro, on the left.
yeah, those days. Remember those players that actually got relegated with the clubs is like what Burnley, and a few other clubs, right? But this time round, the whole league is stacked.
Yeah,
Every club has like at least three or four gems in it. And then, oh my goodness, it's like the thing is like how Southampton is feeling like how Villa feel. I think 3 seasons ago with Jack Grealish, you guys were like poised to be relegated,
yep.
done and dusted. And then I think you guys won Arsenal, right? 3-2 or
We the
something.
last four of the last four games of the season, we were unbeaten. So we drew with West Ham, we beat Arsenal.
Yeah,
We won two, we drew two. We beat Palace and we
correct.
drew with some other team. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys beat the drop. So, so Paul was saying, he is having that kind of confidence and faith that the team will beat the drop. But at the same time, he said, if it meant to happen, it has to happen. And
Yeah.
then, but yeah, a lot of people have been telling me this, not just Alexander, man. A lot of people say, yeah, Southampton is going to go down, Leicester is going to go down. But the third club, right? Uh, Non-Liverpool fans, they've been coming down to say Everton is the third club to go
Really?
down. Though. Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think Everton will survive on the last day of this. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, right? There's this club that we have not all, I don't think any of us had this club going down in our
Yeah.
prediction a few weeks ago.
None.
But I think this club is gonna get sucked right into it, and I think nobody's gonna see it coming. Leeds United.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Leeds, man.
yes, they lost 6-1 to Liverpool yesterday, right? And we can move on to the topic of that. They lost 6-1 to Liverpool yesterday, but then they also lost 5-1 to Palace.
Hmm.
You know,
Back to
where
back.
are they heading to? Where are they heading to? Like, they have been bad, and
They're
the
heading to the
players that they
championship.
have, I mean, the players that they have are not horrible.
Hmm.
I honestly think it is okay. Let's put it in this perspective, right? The players Villa have right now was the same players that a certain someone had, and it was the
Yep.
same players that Dean Smith actually bought. So
Hmm.
with the players Dean Smith bought and Steven Gerrard managed, we were not doing very well. We were obviously heading towards relegation. Emery comes
Yep.
in, the only purchase he makes is Alex Moreno, and
Hmm.
we have really significantly climbed up the table. But if you see for Leeds, I think it's the complete opposite. With Bielsa, they were
God, yeah.
flying.
Fly.
They were flying. Yes, they lost Rafinha, right? They lost Calvin Phillips. Yes, I'm sure that they did make the purchases that they made, like
They
Christensen
did.
and
They did. They
Aronson,
did
and
quite a number of purchase. Yeah.
they have like Weston McKennie, who was from Juventus. So these are not bad players overnight. They're
Yep.
decent players, and I think that these players should do a job to actually ensure survival. But what's happening with Leeds? I think that they may just be sucked into the relegation battle, and they may be the third club actually to actually go down.
Guys, for this out there watching, all right, comment down in the comments and just come and talk to us. Tell us, do you think Leeds is going to be in there, the third club? Is it going to be Everton? Is it going to be West Ham? I don't know. Could it be Chelsea? If you imagine, guys, imagine this in the wildest dream, all right? Southampton picks up form, Leicester picks up form, Nottingham Forest picks up form. These clubs start to win games, and then you have Chelsea, who already have 3 losses. They are going to add another 2 more to their streak. Bro, they are like what?
Joe, bring up
39
the
points.
bring up the league table.
I'm not going to lie, man. The
You know
table
what's
is looking
interesting, right?
really funny.
Yes, they may. I mean, even if they don't get relegated, they may actually well finish below Palace,
Yeah.
Wolves, and probably
Bon-
Bournemouth
Bournemouth.
as
Yeah,
well.
I was looking at that. They could probably end up like 14th
14,
on the table.
15.
And if West Ham decides to turn up like how they decided to turn up against Arsenal in the second half, and they're gonna play their remaining like what 8 games like that, then we could just jolly well see them finishing 15. Bro, this is the most embarrassing stat that I've gonna that we've got to ever put it in Namshot, man.
And what's
Chelsea.
funny is, right, Chelsea, and I was just looking at this table the other day. When Tuchel left Chelsea, he left them
Mhm.
with 20 points.
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh my
or
god,
rather
this
when he was sacked.
this is not good.
Now
Go
he's
for it.
got
Okay.
90, and right now they've got 39 points. To be very honest, if Bowley had sacked Tuchel at the start of the season, I think Chelsea would have been in the relegation zone right now,
They would have
probably
like 19
relegated.
points.
19 points.
Shit, they would have been like 20th.
Even Southampton has picked up more points over the course of the season from the time Tuchel was sacked than Chelsea. So
Oh
honestly, Tuchel is the
god.
reason why Chelsea is safe this season.
If the league, right, has another 15 games to play, right, I think Chelsea could have been the relegation spot, man.
Probably, I wouldn't be
Probably. Like,
surprised. They've been
speaking of fire sale,
and you know what baffles me, right? What baffles me, right, is why would they get rid of Graham Potter only to bring in
Frank Lampard. That
Everton
is what
sacked him for heaven's sake. Everton sacked him because they have been shit.
I don't understand what they mean by they want to bring him in so that they would stabilize the ship.
What?
I
What
remember
stabilize? What
what
shit?
what ship are they trying to what is Todd trying to say is like, oh, Lampard is here to stabilize the club. He's there to bring the pieces together. So he's going to be the interim till the end of the season.
What pieces is he going to bring together?
I don't know, man. This club,
He couldn't even handle a team like Everton. I mean, no disrespect to
yeah.
Everton, but he couldn't even manage a team, you know, with Everton, with with no bona fide players there, no bona fide
Mm.
superstars. That's what I was trying to say.
You see,
No disrespect to them.
Tips. Chelsea is a club. Any club would want an owner like Todd. Trust me.
You
Any
sure
club.
you really think
I
so? He's
think
American.
if
You guys
I
got
mean,
an
you see,
American honor.
but the thing is, he's the different kind of American. You see, Glazers don't spend 1 billion in six
It's
months.
true. That's true.
Yeah, and the players that he bought, it's not that he bought players like Donny Van de Beek, man. He
Correct.
brought in like he
Enzo
literally brought in
Fernandez,
Enzo
Joao
Fernandez.
Felix,
He brought in Joao Felix. He brought
Noni
in the
Maduke,
Maduke. He brought in the one more. There's one more, right? He brought in
Madrid,
the Modric, that Dracula guy. Yeah, Modric.
Dracula fella,
Four,
Madrid.
bro. These are four international stars. Eh. Even one is a freaking World Cup winner
World Cup
who
winner.
played a big part in the World Cup winning squad. All right, Lisandro Martinez did not play much in the
No.
World Cup. No, this boy did. This is like
Yep.
freaking four stars in the team, man.
Also,
And
they've agreed to sign Christopher Nkuku as well next
Kuku
season
as
from
well. Yeah,
RB
next season,
Leipzig to play in the championship.
bro. Thinking of this, I cannot. I don't know. I'm just so baffled like what you said. I just cannot wrap my mind. Any club would want a owner like Todd because you know why he feels for the club. He wants to do something for the fans, and then you go and decide to hire Frank Lampard. If I'm
Frank
the
Lampard.
owner, right, I'm just gonna keep sidetrack a little bit, like how Wrexham, Ryan Reynolds run the club. They wanted a coach. They wanted a
Yep.
manager who's ruthless, and they knew this manager is not going to come. And then they
Yep.
got Rob to talk to him and know to tell him, hey, look, I'll do this. We don't know what's the conversation because he was
Yep.
muted.
Yeah.
And eventually they got him in.
Yep. And look
Same
at
goes
that.
for the striker, Paul Mullins.
Paul
They
Mullins.
knew that no, Paul Mullins didn't want to come because he felt that it's a drop down for me because at the point of time in his stage, he's going for something bigger. Rob stepped in and said, look, we don't know what's the conversation, but we all can know is something happened, money was
Yep.
thrown or something. Bam, Paul Mullins signed for Wrexham. And the two of them are cooking right now in the National League.
Yep.
And I think this week is the week that they could actually be champions and then they could win it all.
Unfortunately they drew with Barnett. If
But
they
no, I
hadn't
think
drawn
but
with Barnett,
I think they're going to play with the Uville Town. They're going to play
yep,
Uville
Yeovil.
Town. So
Yep.
if they win Uville, and then draw the next game, I think if not, but yeah, that's besides the point. So the point that I'm making is your owner have to step up. If I'm the
Yes.
owner, I'm like knocking on the doors of Pep Guardiola's hotel and tell, look, you want a blank check? I'll give you whatever shit you want. All right, drop City's
Well,
project,
imagine the
come to me.
scenes, right? If Chelsea actually goes
Hmm.
after Pep.
Like, what is there to lose? Like,
I think
what? I don't.
City
And
fans are
and
gonna
the
have a
thing is,
freaking
and I don't get
meltdown,
it.
bro.
Dibs, like you have Luis Enrique. You
Yeah.
you have managers around. You can even go down and grab Antonio
Get
Conte again.
get Zinedine Zidane as interim
You
manager.
can get Zinedine Zidane as well. I don't get it. Like you have all these managers, and then boom, you go for Frank Lampard.
Frank Lampard.
Yeah,
And even Alexander, you see, even Chelsea's. I agree.
yeah,
You know, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, and to a certain extent, Patrick Vieira, great players, awesome
yeah.
players on their day. But honestly, maybe you could still give Patrick Vieira the benefit of the doubt.
Patrick, yes, I'll give
Other
him that.
two, the other two are absolutely clueless.
Clueless.
Absolutely clueless. They're shit coaches. I'm not saying this because I'm saying this because I saw Steven Gerrard manage Villa and they looked there looking very
You
lost,
can
not knowing
say
what to
that. You
do.
have all right to say that because
Okay,
you have been managed by
and
them.
recently he said that, oh, I didn't want to move to Villa, my coaching staff won. Who
Yeah,
would say
yeah.
that? You literally threw your coaching staff under the bus. Go to hell with him, right? But look at Frank Lampard. I don't see him giving tactical nuances during the game. I don't see him making noises. You compare that to the likes of Pep, Klopp, Emery, even Eddie Howe, right?
Mm.
Even Eddie Howe, right? You leave the elephant in the background first. Even Eddie Howe actually shouts in the touchline and gives instructions. But Fat Frank doesn't do that.
I think,
I don't know,
okay,
man.
speaking of Chelsea and all this, let's get someone's input in this. All right, guys, we've got us another special guest today. Like I said, we in Napshot, myself and Dips, we are generous today. Anyone who wishes to come on board live, talk to us about football. Right now, the topic is about Chelsea. Are they going to make it in the league? They are like 10 points away from the relegation zone. So come on down, talk to us. WhatsApp me, WhatsApp Dips, WhatsApp Anwari. Tell us you want to come on board. We'll send you the
Hey,
link,
Anwari.
and then you
Who is
go.
Anwari?
Uh, Speaking of Anwari, in relation with the elephant, let's hear his thoughts on what he think about Chelsea. Here we go.
Hey, hey.
Eh, have you
Eh,
tried sleeping with a broken heart? Then maybe you should try sleeping in my bed.
What's up, Anwari?
No, no, nothing's up, man. The only thing is up. There's something that's between my legs. The rest of it down.
Hey, the elephant is
It's
still up
still
also.
the elephant is still up. Come
It's still
on.
up, but it's still up. But you know, if you're reading through Twitter, you're looking at social media, and it's as if right now Man City are clearly have built up an unassailable lead, and we are right now in the rear, biting
True, true.
dust.
And hold
Actually,
that thought. Hold
yeah.
that thought. We are going to go to Arsenal in 30 seconds. But
What we're
can you
talking
just
about,
wrap up
Chelsea.
We're
when
talking
you
about
can
Chelsea.
just wrap up about Chelsea or Chelsea? Yeah, that's a nice one. A Chelsea.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. Wrap up for us about Chelsea. Do you think they
Hmm.
will make it to Europe, or do you think they are further? Like what me and Dips,
Europe.
we actually predicted that.
Europe.
Myself and Dips predicted that they will finish 15.
Don't even know if they can actually safely exit Stamford Bridge without getting hit and pummeled by their own fans. You want to enter Europe. Chelsea is the perfect case study of first and foremost, do not change or anything that's not broken. And sometimes it's also a classic example of if you're an owner, you jolly well swallow your ego and you have to stick with the program because Todd wasn't on great terms with
Tuchel.
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 And he prioritized his ego over anything else. All right. So if he had a bit of sense, if he had a bit of business sense, because you've got to understand with business, it also coincides with performance, right? You win on that green patch, and then that will then translate into success, monetary success. So if he had swallowed that tiny little bit of pride in himself, and you know what, just go on with Tuchel because he's an elite coach, they wouldn't be in this position, man. But this is also retribution, fair justice
For
for
all the
spoiling
hijacks.
football,
For all
for
the
all the
hijacks.
hijacks, for spoiling football, for stealing Cashley Cole, for John Terry and Wayne Bridge not shaking hands because of you know what, right? For all this, for all of these allegations that they have gone through, this is for me the perfect retribution. You know, best served Cole.
And I was actually telling Joe that honestly, the reason why
Uh,
Chelsea is not in the relegation battle this season is because of Tuchel.
oh yeah, I heard, yeah,
It's
yeah,
because of
yeah.
Tuchel. It's because of
Yep.
Tuchel. That's how horrible they have been. I
That's
Remove
why.
I,
20 points and then we are done.
I honestly think Mio should say that Chelsea will finish top 15. That's the prediction he should give. Hey,
And we all watch Chelsea versus Brighton, right? I think I
yeah,
watched the game in full, right? If you were to blindfold, or rather, if it was my first time watching football, I would think the team in pink is
Is
the
the one.
far superior team. It's the team that's
yes,
gunning for the championship, and the team in blue are the team that was actually clinging on to their dear life,
yep.
Yep.
right? And I say, well, I think I was watching the game with Falik, my brother-in-law. He sat beside me. I told him, man, if this is my first time watching football and I'm looking through the catalogs, who I should support, I will fall really hard for Brighton that day.
But
Yeah.
that game was at 9:30, right?
That was after El Clasico. After El
But
Clasico at the
so
SOS bar.
if you had watched El Clasico, you
SOS.
if
Someone help me. He's not
no,
healthy.
no, but if you
See,
so
he's trying
but
to say
if
that
you
if you have watched
watched the
that
El
way
Clasico
before,
first, then you would have
Ah,
supported the team in claret and blue one.
which, Tips. I told you the reason why, right? Why? That's the only exception, Tips. That's the only
Okay,
exception
wait.
because
Do
I
you want
want
to know a
Newcastle to
spoiler?
get into the Champions League.
Do you want to know a spoiler or not?
Ah,
Do you want
what?
to know a spoiler or not? The
Uh,
top four has been decided by
has been
I
decided.
know.
Mourinho.
It's a
Yeah.
wrap.
It's a
I
wrap.
don't think he was in the mosque, I think he was in IMH.
Ah, there's something here for you from Marwan.
Hey!
How
Marwan
are you still
Shamak,
alive?
Isaac
I'm in
says
one of the deepest canal
canal
in
in
Africa.
Africa
Waiting
with
for him, but
Kelechi
he's
lah.
not coming.
Waiting for you.
He's in
No.
Kelechi.
No, my brother. Don't give up, my brother. The league is not over.
Okay. I think
Speaking
it's the
of
best
which,
time. I think
speaking
it's
of
the right
which,
time we go into this topic, right?
yeah,
Joel, before anything,
Arsenal,
I want
come
to
on.
hear Anwari because he has, I mean, he's still been, not uptight, still in good spirits. Even though
Yep,
they were drawing 2-2, he said that
This is a
don't
fake
worry,
friend.
Dibs, you'll win.
This is a fake friend, Tips.
I want to know, Anwari. I want
Uh-huh.
you. Therapy is for you. Honestly, we know you need the therapy. Also, Sunil needed the therapy, but I think his throat was some problem.
he's
But
having his
we
own.
don't
He's
need.
having his own internal
Ah,
therapy.
ah,
He's
suddenly
having.
kena whack
He's having.
3-0, butter tose,
Ah, no
throat,
problem.
throat got problem.
No, not only that. Not only that. Not only that. He never even comment on the show. I think I got problem also.
Let him be, guys. He decided to do
Newcastle
a rain
better
check.
win this weekend. If not, therapy session left 3 of us only.
But okay,
I think
coming
I
back,
think we got to
to
change
Arsenal.
Monday to Tuesday.
Yes. What is it about Arsenal? Top of
Come
the
on.
table, 4 points clear. Even City
Yes.
to play out that one game in hand, we are still 1 point clear. They are
No,
going to
we
null and
all
void the
no.
league
You
because
see,
right now there is a rampant spread, right, of the COVID disease. So I'm hearing that they might just null and void the league after this game week, after we pick up another 3 points against Southampton, and then null and void. Finish.
so
Top of
based
the
Void,
league,
so
eh?
based
Asterisk, I don't care.
so based on points per game, then Villa would qualify for Champions League, lah.
Tips. Can you please
They,
not make
they,
everything about you and Aston Villa, Tips? I love you more than a friend, Tips, but sometimes, Tips.
I
Dot,
don't
dot,
make
dot, dot, dot.
everything about Villa.
Dot.
Okay. No, you see, I know you are telling us the obvious. Yes, you've got a 4 point
Ah,
lead. Even if City
okay.
wins, it's still you guys are still top of the
Mm,
table, right? I don't care
mm,
about all of that, Aunt. I don't give
go,
mm.
two
yeah.
shits about that because we know that's gonna happen. But
Just you.
we didn't have therapy last week as well.
Yep.
And we all know what happened last week. 2-0 up to 2-2. We know what happened last weekend. 2-0 up and 2-2.
It's not
Your
because of
thoughts?
that lah. We didn't have the therapy session. Don't make it all about me.
Nobody Joe, I think he's hearing a problem. I see we didn't have a therapy last week. So but
Oh,
last
okay.
week
Oh, okay. So this is you're previewing the conversation to
I'm talking.
last match as well.
Yeah. So like the last match and
Okay.
this match, like what are your
Okay.
thoughts on the match? Like you guys were 2-0 up to
Mm,
bottle the lead 2-2. It's not how Arsenal was this season.
Yep.
You guys, in
I
fact,
think he,
I mean, I have to say this: you guys were 2-0 down and won 4-2 or something like that against a certain team.
yeah.
So what went wrong? Why?
Okay, it's a strange one. I think let's quickly go over the one against Liverpool and Anfield, right?
Mhm.
So 2-0 up. I was also consumed by a great shock, man, looking at how my team performed because usually, but someone already decided to turn up.
Hey,
He
I said
wanted me
okay.
to. You see, the two of you, Anes, you see, fishing is not part of the Indian DNA. Malay does it better, fishing. So when I lay the bait, he has to bite on it. Okay, going to the Liverpool game, right? Again, 2-0 up, everything was fine and
Yeah,
dandy. And I was watching. I don't know whether you guys remember. I was watching it through the phone because I was rushing back home, and
Mm-hmm.
I told myself, man, this is looking crazy, man. I was ready. The draft was ready. I'm like, Enfield what? Enfield who? So everything was really typed out. I've already planned my IG story, and then when I reached back home, I thought the momentum swung. I know everybody would like to actually pinpoint to the incident where Granit Xhaka
Zaka,
and
yes.
Trent had a bit of a
Right.
squabble, and apparently they actually attributed the crowd, I think the Anfield crowd roaring back into full voice because of the little petty incident. I don't think so, because even before that, they were already prying us open. They were
Yeah.
huffing and puffing. And you know, with Anfield and any football team for that matter, when you see your team is trying, there is a clear effort.
Your
You
fans
will
will be
get up.
backing up. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get up. You'll get up. You know, everybody will be at the edge of their seat. So I really don't buy, I don't consume this little stupid notion that, oh, it was Granit Xhaka who actually brought the Anfield crowd to life, because Anfield was a library, boy, for the first 35, 40 minutes, right? But
Yep.
going to Anfield and leaving with 2-2, yes, it was disappointing. But keeping things into perspective, you cannot, it's really gonna be very hard on you to find a team that can battle Liverpool pillar to post for the whole of 90 minutes and leave with 3 points. Even that one game they lost against Leeds United, right? That was almost a hit and run. I think Somerville scored in the dying minutes to win the game. They say
Yep.
so, and even the great Man City that we talk about, they lost there as well. Right, so don't even start with another half of Manchester United. We all know what happened, right? Everybody gets spanked healthy when it comes to Anfield. So I thought, you know what, 2-2, yes, let's breathe easy. 2 points drop, nobody's going to deny that. But 1 point, you got 1 point out of Anfield. And if you check our track record at Anfield for the first 5 or 6 seasons, it's always a slaughterhouse. By 30th or 45th minute or 40th minute, it's always 2 goals, 3 goals down.
Yeah. Two, three
To
goals
live
down.
with
Yeah.
2-2, yeah, there's a bit of progress, yes, undeniably so. A lot of us were left disappointed because it is the what could have been. But if you look at how the game panned out towards the 90 minutes, I personally thought that, hey, Arsenal were really lucky,
Yep.
man, to have left with 1 point. Now going to
Yeah.
West Ham, now this is again the biggest kick to the gut, because first and foremost, our record at West Ham is almost pitch perfect. We don't lose at West Ham
Yeah.
at all.
Yep.
Okay, last season we went there, we actually it was a perfect rear guard action. We actually won 1-0, courtesy of a Rob Holding, surprise. And then this season, the way we started, it was again like a steam train, man. 2-0. The
Yep.
football that was being played, you can only replicate that kind of football, right, through FIFA Street. You cannot play it in real life, but Arsenal managed to do it. 2-0 up. What could have been wrong? What could possibly be wrong? Title chasing Arsenal, West Ham down in the pits, trying to fight for
Yeah.
their life. What could possibly be wrong? But then they got starkly reminded that this is football, this is the Premier League, and West Ham are littered with superstars.
Yep.
Q, Declan Rice. He came in, and then I think the tactic was when West Ham went 2-0 down, I think David Moyes told him to actually play further forward
Other
and to
forward. Yeah.
start the press from
And
up top.
Sushak to drop.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, to drop really deep, to actually deny us playing from the back. And that worked wonders for them. Uh, and now the question is, where does it leave Arsenal right now? You see, the thing is, right after the draw against Liverpool, there are several permutations on how Arsenal can win this league. But in terms of how, at this current moment, one of the options remains the same, which is, even if we were to win at Anfield and West Ham, the one thing that we cannot do is lose at Etihad.
Etihad.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
So even if we had won, even if we had won at Anfield, even if we had won at West Ham back to back, right, we still cannot lose at
Lose
Etihad.
at Etihad. Yep.
Okay, so I think there's a lot of variables surrounding the title chase talk, but if you ask me, does it change anything? It does, because right now maybe the confidence of the boys might be hit and severely dented. But asking me as a fan, right? Disappointed as hell. I mean, Alexander is also in the chat, Isaac as well. I think we all feel really aggrieved. It's about the what could have been. But
Yep.
if you ask any Arsenal fan right now, would you have imagined game 31, top of the table, 4 points ahead of Manchester City?
Nope.
Not only will I knock your head, right, but I will check you in with Neo together, same ward, side to side bed. No, I will check you
No,
guys in.
you see,
You'll
but
be
see,
absolute loony, man.
see the other thing that I want to highlight as well, right? I mean, yes, Arsenal's destiny is in their own hands at this point of time. Fair enough, right? But there is also this foregone conclusion that everyone is
Mm,
stating that Man
mm,
City is going to beat Arsenal. Okay, let's just take it as at Etihad, Man City beats you guys, right?
Mhm.
But
mm.
they still have got to play 7, 8 more games.
Yep,
Everyone has this foregone conclusion that they're going to win every of those games.
Every game,
Yes,
yeah.
precisely,
we
precisely.
know Man City picks up steam at this point of time every season, right? The
Mm,
last 1.5 months, the last 10, 12 games, they go on this run where they just go pop, 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 win, win, win. Yes.
yep,
But then again, this season is just so weird for everyone. You don't know what's going to happen when, right?
yep,
From
yep.
the top all the way to the bottom. So
Mm,
I think let's not have the foregone conclusion that Man City is not only going to beat you guys, but win every other game and run away with the title, because I
yeah,
think there are some upsets in the cards. If it's not at Etihad with you guys, it's probably with another team
yeah.
where it's
They
only
got to go to Brighton. They have to play
yeah.
Brighton at the Amex. They got to go to Fulham. They got to go to Goodison Park. So I've never seen a title run whereby it's a complete straight line. It's never
Hmm.
linear, right? It will always be undulating. And Zami is watching this and smiling. You know what? Zami doesn't even watch his own game, so that's what
Wait,
he
wait, wait, wait.
proclaims, right?
An. You said I talk about Villa all the time. Look at who's talking about
Look
Villa
at
all the
that.
time.
No, 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 no. By now we should know this guy, Uno Rivers. Uno Rivers Rai. He's no longer Sunil Rai. Uno
Yeah,
Rivers Rai.
I tell you, something has been up with him ever since last Saturday, lah. Something is
He's
wrong with
gone.
the
He's
guy.
gone.
Yeah. Wait, but
I think the
no.
man's
Apart from
broken.
just asking me, right, tips and Joe. I think Joe have asked me. I think I spoke to Joe before the match itself. He asked me, what if Arsenal were to slip? Hey, to be really, really honest, right now, this is my true and earnest feeling. I know a lot of rival fans wants us to feel different. I know a lot of them are heaping pressure on us, saying stuff like, "If you don't win this, it's an absolute travesty. If you don't win this, it's a disaster." But it's also the same crowd that would always praise Manchester City to the heavens.
Yep.
These are the same crowd that will always say Manchester City are a juggernaut. These are the same people that will say that Man City are almost perfect when it comes to their squad and the whole entire management.
Mhm.
So if perfect is Manchester City, then what's Arsenal then?
Yep.
Lesser than perfect. I'll take that all day long, man. I'll take
You
that
can't do
long.
that. You can't say it that way. I'll give you a very, very defined comparison. When Liverpool didn't win the league, I think they lost to City twice, right? They label
Yep.
them as the best team ever to have let
Lost the league.
to have lost the league, and
Mm,
also the best team ever to have pushed City to the final, all the way
yep,
to the last game.
yep,
Here we have a very decent Arsenal squad. All right,
yep.
4 points drift for the top. They're going to play Southampton next. Yeah, there are talks whereby Southampton is going to do things and all that. But the thing is, I don't see how a fan is looking at this. Look, I have been in title runs with my club. All right,
Yep.
anything can happen. And the thing is, I think Arsenal has to have the belief that they can actually go down to Etihad and say, look, we can beat City. We put two past Liverpool and Anfield in less than 20 minutes. What
Yep.
makes you think that we can't do the same at Etihad? And this time around, Arteta would have known the lesson. He knows if we are
Yeah.
going to put two past a club, then look, let's step back a little bit. All right,
Mm,
reshuffle, let's attack. Maybe we did get one more goal, or we just sit back and defend. That's the belief that Arsenal is having right now. So I don't understand at that point of time when they said Liverpool has pushed City so far, they did not overtake
uh,
them. A
mm,
best team to have lost the league. But right now, Arsenal is sitting at the top of the table comfortably for a good entire season. Four
yep.
points clear at the top. They still have games to be played. There's no
Yep.
guarantee City is going to win their remaining
All
game
the
in hand.
remaining games. Yeah.
And yet we are saying, oh, they are bottlers. Oh, they can't. We can't call them the best team.
You
Look,
see, you see, Joe.
sorry, Dave. Look,
Mm.
even if Arsenal would lose the league title,
Mhm.
for me, I would say their players deserve to be in the team of the year. Their players deserve the fans deserve this because it's been so long since they even had a run in the league.
Yep.
Yep.
Leave FA Cup aside, leave League Cup aside, Champions League, Europa, leave that aside. In the league, right, that is where they were struggling. And look, if you were to tell me today, all right, the
Mm,
EPL comes up with the rule and said, if you go down to Anfield and you win one game and you win the league, I'll take it. I
yep.
will take it. Yeah. So that is the mentality that Arsenal and now the fans also have to have that. Don't care what the others are saying, man. They will be
You
saying
see,
yes, they
I
want to
just want. I
bottle.
just
They probably
you see.
want that. Yeah.
You see, I just
That's
want
it.
to add
Yep.
this, right? And
Mm.
what I want to add is rival fans will always say the same thing, right? If Arsenal's top of the table and and Man City second, they'll probably say, "Oh, Arsenal are bottlers if they lose this league." Blah.
Yeah. Yep.
You replace Arsenal with United or Chelsea or Liverpool or Spurs or
Same thing, right?
Newcastle,
Yeah.
whoever, they will say the same thing.
Yeah.
These are the same people who actually criticize Man City for buying the league, but
Yes.
then these are the
Spot
same
on.
people who will simp
Support
for
them.
Man City as well. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so
Yep.
I don't get it. I don't really get it. And touching and going back to Joe's point, right? I don't know, man. He has stolen this image out of the mind because I've been reading a lot from my own Facebook friend list. All right, you can work things out who they are. Liverpool fans. You know, most of them I know personally. Great bunch of people. I've got no bad blood against them, but there are some. I don't know, man. The vibe that I'm getting from them is they don't want Arsenal to win it, so they can turn around at the end of the season and pat me on the back and say, "Bro, I understand you. Bro, I told you so."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Why?
get
Don't
that.
know. Yeah, like I don't need that extra lesson. I know who Man City are. I
Yeah.
don't need you to be telling me that Man City are this monstrous of a team, and it's very hard for you to actually go one up against them. I know that. Don't have to tell me. So I've been reading a lot. Oh, look at Man City. This is where they come in. This is where they come. Us Liverpool fans, we know how it feels like. Bro, relax yourself, man. Before you started watching Premier League in this golden era, right? I
Yeah.
was in my secondary school class walking with my arms wide open because my team went goal. Pitch perfect,
Yeah.
49-0L.
Yeah.
Right? So I understand what a title run is. So you don't have to tell me, oh, but
And
this is what
yeah.
Manchester will do to you.
No, and to add on to Arne as well, it's very simple, right? So and these are the guys. I'm not talking about Liverpool fans specifically. These are the people who will then turn around and say, "Oh, Man City is winning everything. Money, money, Alchester, this, that."
Yeah.
Like
You have specifically said it's Liverpool fans.
I said, not specifically talking about Liverpool fans. Every fan base has these
And,
people who will say that.
and you know, guys, why there's a bit of a flare up in me because I swear to God, man, when Liverpool were going for the title, I was probably, if not their number one fan, probably number
Yeah.
two after
Yeah.
my wife.
Yeah.
And I
I was
started,
I was number three.
I started Napshot, right? That season, that very season when they won the title, that was the formative years of Napshot. I started Napshot that season, coincidentally, that season where Liverpool won the title, and I covered at least 10 of the most important run-ins. I was there, man, at OTH, Tampines Hub, covering Liverpool matches, and I was hoping and praying. I was crossing my toes and fingers, please let it be Liverpool, so that this
Yep.
can be a strong statement sent across the league that you can win it the right way. But when it comes to Arsenal, I don't know, man, Tapes, Joe.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
like
I
they
agree.
don't want Arsenal to win, and so that they can feel better about themselves missing out 4 or 5 times against Man City.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about certain set of fans, we know how those sets of fans are, lah, right?
Boda!
If for them to win, they'll be like, "Oh, we won." I mean, I was rooting for them to win, and I'm glad that they won because
Yeah,
it's a breath of fresh air.
That's why.
It's a breath of fresh air.
Yep.
And they
Once
did it
every
the
few
right
years,
way, right? They
Yeah.
did it the right way, right? They did it the right way. It wasn't, financial doping, no extra financial injection. I love how they play. I adore their club. But I don't know, man. This season, I'm feeling a
I
bit
think
different
something's
about
different.
them.
Yeah, and the thing is, City are not like before. Huh? Yeah, they have Haaland. They are cooking. Yeah, I think they won. What was the club they won? Leicester. They won Leicester with ease. But
Yeah.
if you guys look at the game, I was watching the game. Huh?
Mm.
There were some pockets of the game where Leicester could have came back.
Yep, yep, yep,
Yep.
yep.
Could have came
Yep.
back. They could have came
Yep.
back. Okay, Sunil, this is not a dig at you. They hit the post a couple of times. There were some missed chances as
7-0.
well.
How to win?
Yeah.
7-0.
It could have been 3-2. It could have been 3-2 as well. Yeah, this fella. Sunil.
Someone got triggered, Seoul.
Triggered. Triggered big time. And then,
Triggered.
and then-
Joe, you killed, man. You killed Sunil on that day. So it's better right now that you're on public record. Go and apologize to this poor boy. Because if it
That's
wasn't
why.
for you, it would be the four of us having this beautiful conversation about
Exactly.
football.
Now
Right,
he's
my
Tips.
brother,
Now
you
he's
are a
Ah,
gem when it
stop
comes to
it.
mentoring, all right?
How to
You're a
win
gem when it comes to
7-0?
mentoring. But please, all right, I was just kidding, man. It's just part of the game that we were just watching. Hit the pole, right? So I was like, okay.
No,
Because
I
the
mean,
thing,
you see,
okay,
Joe
to
is
make
not
it
wrong,
worse,
right?
right?
Could have been.
To make, yeah, could have done. To make it worse, it's not just me. His own legend said it.
Alan
Alan Shearer
Shearer.
said
Alan
it.
Hey
Shearer said
guys,
it.
Yeah.
the same guy who wish him happy birthday,
The same guy
Yes,
wishing happy birthday, yeah?
gotta
exactly.
Yeah.
remember,
The same guy wishing happy also said, uh,
Could
look,
have been 6-7 nil.
could Villa could
yeah.
have been like 5 or 6 nil up again. Yeah, so hey
And you look
man,
at Alan
what a
Shearer's
squad.
face, right, during I think the aftermath, or even during halftime, his
Halftime.
face was
No,
like thunder, bro.
Yep.
It was
no,
pitch black.
he was mad peace in the halftime show. He was
Yeah,
like
he was
mad
being
peace.
paired
He was
with
like,
Tim
what
Sherwood.
is
I
happening?
think Tim Sherwood would definitely
Tim
claim his
Stewart was like
legacy as one
some
of the
druggie
legends
in the
of
show.
Aston Villa because he brought them to the final only for his ass to get whooped, smacked
But
down for
Arsenal
tail by
4-0.
Arsenal.
Tim
But he
Sherwood
will
was
say,
like
at
some
least I brought them
druggie.
to the final.
Yes.
You see? And then Alan Shearer, I say, man, I love that scene, because Alan Shearer as a pundit, guys, those of you guys who are still watching us, man, thank you so much for still sticking to this program. I know right now today, right now it's a bit iffy because we don't have a permanent fixture of people coming in and out,
Yep,
especially
yep.
the first guest that you saw, delete the image of his. But I want you to put in right now in the comment section, what is that one pundit that you can never stand? You see
Danny
him on
Murphy.
TV, you see
Yeah,
him,
and
it's going to be a long
cannot
night.
tahan. Yeah,
Danny
correct.
Murphy.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
Okay,
be a
Danny
long night.
Murphy.
I'll start. My one is Tim Sherwood. I hate him. I
Oh,
hate him to
actually,
the
he's
bones, man.
okay.
No, I cannot stand him. His biasness against Arsenal because he's a Spurs legend, or that's what he proclaims himself to be, right? He plays for Blackburn, he plays for Norwich City, but he chooses to be a Spurs legend. He will always say the dumbest stuff, man, about Arsenal. Arsenal can be winning 10-0, but I say, you know what? But Ben White, man, why does he have a tattoo here? It's not
Yeah,
right for a professional footballer. I don't think that's right. Oh, shut up, man.
I've
Shut
got two,
up.
bro. I've got two, and I hate
Okay,
these
Joe,
guys.
you?
Graham Souness and Danny Murphy.
Okay, all right. For
I
obvious reasons,
cannot
right?
for
For
obvious
obvious
reasons.
reasons.
Yeah, mine is
No,
Danny Murphy and Danny Mills.
Danny Murphy.
Oh,
No, okay.
Danny Mills.
Guys, but Danny Mills does not feature for our Singapore setup. You see, the Singapore
Yeah,
setup will always be Ian Wright, Tim Sherwood,
Yeah,
Alan Shearer,
okay.
Michael
So
Owen. I'm
if you're
talking
talking,
about
yeah,
that setup. The one
yeah.
that we are
uh,
getting, the broadcast we're getting from
then
Singapore.
if that means that it's Tim Sherwood.
Tim Sherwood, right?
Tim Sherwood, that fella is annoying because no matter how bad Spurs is playing as well, right? He will be like, no,
Yeah,
he
he'll
will
find
be like,
positives.
he'll
Yes,
throw
yes,
positives. Yeah, I'm like,
yes,
what
yes.
the shit is wrong with him?
Tips? Anybody that you love to hit?
I would say Michael Owen lah. I think that fella doesn't know how to be a pundit.
Dude, Michael Owen is a cute guy, man. He says
No,
the
but
best
Guy.
stuff.
that's the thing. He doesn't know how to be a pundit.
Stealing a living when he was playing for United, stealing a living when he was playing for Newcastle United. Right
That's
now,
why.
at the age of 40 plus, still stealing a
Stealing a
living
living.
as a pundit.
You know, the one thing that made me go like, oh my goodness, what's wrong with you? The team that scores the most goals will win the game. What?
He says that when it's raining, the pitch is usually wet.
Like,
True,
like
true,
dude,
true. 11 or
you
8.
gotta,
But speaking of goals, Michael Owen was top. All right. But he needed someone to assist them, right? So he has like the likes of Steven Gerrard assisting him.
Yeah, man.
He had like
wow,
quite a
Yeah, yeah,
number of midfielders assisting him.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
speaking of that, guys, who needs Jude when you have this guy?
That's why.
Hey,
Who
what a
needs
perfect
Jude?
segue, man. 3
Who
years,
needs Jude?
Joel Robert has been the host. This is the first time that he has actually segued the best.
Who needs Jude
Oh
when you
boy,
have
oh
this kind of
boy.
assist machine?
Yep.
Michael Owen playing with him, that fella would have been 100 goals a season, boy. Trust
Yeah, I
me.
think
So
Haaland.
if
I think if Haaland was in this Liverpool team, he would have scored a lot
exactly
more.
game a lot more.
Oh yeah,
So
man. You're right. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
watching the highlights, guys, because I these days I don't watch 4 a.m., 3 a.m. games. I was watching the highlights, the extended ones, and
yeah.
this guy, I think the 90% of the time he was in the middle of the park
Yep.
and he was dictating everything. Yeah, he lacked space. He was lacking a little bit of the dynamic movements and all, but
Yep.
tactical wise, technique wise, every damn thing you name about a midfielder, this guy got it, man.
Yep.
This guy
I think
got
we
it. But
spoke. I think
I
we
think that
spoke
there's
about it as
one
well,
more
right?
guy. Yes, but you know about Trent. Dibs,
Yeah,
you know about Trent, but there's one particular guy, all right, that will know more about Trent because they had like duels together, like those days when
yeah.
they're Liverpool's playing. He knows
Mhm.
more about Trent because
And they
he
compare
has
him to his player. They
he
compare him to his
compare
player.
him exactly. They
To his
compare him to
player.
his player. So how about we just bring him in, all
Bring
right,
him
and
in
then
lah.
ask him
Bring
who
lah.
needs to
Ah.
when you have strength. Let's bring that
Hey,
barbarian. Lah.
Hey.
I'm top of the table. He also wants to be top of the table. I'm speaking from the car. He
You
also wants to speak
want
from
to
the
speak
car.
from the car.
Let's do it
Hey,
this like
Tips,
that.
remove this guy lah.
And
This
then
is
you
better.
park the car. You park the car and talk. He will also want to park the car
Ah,
and talk.
you see, now I will start moving the car. He will also start moving the car.
I am driving right now, okay?
Huh? These
I'm
two
driving right now.
bugger, Haizam, Zami, and also Mio, Prius cannot make it. As soon as they see Snapshot live only, habis,
come in.
hand trembling. Parkinson FC. Must
Mio,
press live.
angry.
You know what Mio said? Mio said, I stress. I need life. Now he's telling me he happy.
Happy why? Because he actually concluded that Justin Villa will finish fourth, so that he can get
Yeah,
a
bro.
free
He-
jersey
he
from
has-
Tips.
He has
Hey, Mio.
patched up with the
Hey, no, Joe, can you please tell him that this is the same guy who promised us Nasi Biryani until now we haven't claimed, and he's making another promise, a free jersey.
he promised us we're gonna do the biryani on 30th April.
30th
Oh,
April.
30th of April.
Buto, I never say that.
Then we go drink.
You said let's break fast together one of these this Ramadan period. None of both of y'all didn't turn up.
Never mind. Ramadan next year also got Ramadan. What? Ramadan every year have, no problem.
Ramadan
Udah lah,
every day. We can go so
Who's the
good.
Okay,
final
okay. Okay, back to the trend. Saja. Zami, right now on social media, right after Trent's performance yesterday, again, not a meltdown, but there was an avalanche of praises going the Trent's way, and rightly so. But I think the funny part is what I kind of chuckled a bit. I was doing because they say
I
that
heard
if this
I
guy
heard
played in
about-
midfield for as long as he did, all right, in his whole entire career under Klopp, he would have actually surpassed KDB's assist rate.
Wow, that is really saying okay lah. But I realized that when I saw on Facebook, one of the fans were saying that who needs Jude Bellingham when you have Trent Alexander?
Ooh,
That was a very. I mean, if you look at it, like Liverpool fans, I'm sorry to say this, okay,
habis.
they like to get shocked.
The moment, wait, guys,
moment is-
guys, this is just a pre-warning. The moment is
Yes.
Liverpool fans.
Liverpool fans.
Means myself, Anwari, and Tips has got nothing to do with this.
Excluded.
We are
Excluded.
excluded. For that alone, we will do this, all right? Because we have got nothing to do with this, all right?
You see, he
Please
even
don't hate
stopped
us.
the car. He
Hey,
Because online,
I stopped the car. He also stopped the car.
no, but seriously, okay.
Go ahead.
Because I have this uncle at my void deck, this coffee shop at my place lah. So he's a Liverpool fan lah. So this season he's very quiet. So when this morning I went down, passed by lah because I wanted to go to the shop beside the coffee shop. So he was saying 6-1 no 6-1. I was like, wow, this uncle lah. When Liverpool not doing well, suddenly keep quiet.
You really ruthless, just like Man City. Even uncle also you attack, you banter.
Hey, banters lah.
Come on lah, Zami.
I mean, coming back to the point, okay, if let's say if Liverpool fans think that you guys don't
Trent is
need
the
to,
answer. Trent is the answer to midfield.
okay, I think Trent is the answer lah. Like if you put it that way, like then it's a club masterpiece lah. That finally, you get Trent playing at his very best position in midfield. Then you guys don't. I think the pipe dream of having Jude Bellingham partnering Trent in the middle, I mean, can happen. I mean, nothing is impossible in football. But as it is Trent masterpiece, let's see lah if he can keep up the momentum for the next.
Yep. Gotta do it for more games lah.
I think yesterday's Leeds, I wouldn't say it's an anomaly, like. But then again, with Trent showing his best position, and this season he has always been slated because he cannot defend to save his life. And I think Liverpool fans were saying that he started off as a midfielder, so why not Klopp do a
Back
masterpiece
to
and
his
give him
natural
the
habitat.
chance to his natural position. I mean, why not? I mean, if it works, it works lah. But like I said, the question is that whether Trent can keep that momentum of the next few games.
Yes, consistency. Yeah, true.
remains to be seen lah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I mean, I had a thought.
It's a club masterpiece lah. Like you give
I had
Trent opportunity to play Vivian.
Hmm.
Oh.
No, guys, I know.
Am I
I
like
just
that?
want to
Okay,
comment.
yeah.
I had a thought that what if one day we all start the show where all of us are driving, right, and just before we end the show, we all show up at one place
Uto,
together.
you don't start this after make it like it's your own one. No, now it's I just literally said it.
I was reading the private chat. Lah. Okay, so right now they say that okay, if Jude is really hard for them to price him away from Dortmund. Joe, looking at Trent playing in midfield, I think we've had the discussion before. I think Liverpool fans have been clamoring really hard, man, for him to come
We
back
spoke
into
about this 2
midfield.
weeks ago as well.
Yeah, tips, right? We did it last 2 weeks. And I was against the idea. To be real honest, I was against the idea. I'm saying like he got his adulation, he got his props as one of the best right back in the world
Yeah.
because he was playing in that position and because the system was protecting him really well. But
Yes.
now, guess what? Football does that to you, right? It's really fluid with your opinion. I'm starting to change my mind. I look at Trent right now. I think maybe it's time. It's time for them, right, Joe, to experiment him right in the midfield position.
He makes a good number 8, man. He makes
But-
a very good number 8. The thing is, they just need a good number 6 right now. So they need someone who can hold the play. They need someone like if they have someone like Rodri. Yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that Fabinho can't play. Fabinho is good, but I think Fabinho is like done, like literally done.
Yeah,
Or maybe
I
if he
agree.
can like reinvent himself again
Next season, maybe come back again, lah. Huh?
next season, maybe you never know.
Yeah.
But if they can get
Yeah.
someone like Caicedo who plays a solid,
Unpopular opinion. Van Dijk as the PM, why not?
okay, Wuto, you go away.
Just because John Stones playing in midfield, all right, don't try to strut your stuff and tell people, oh, this is a footballing clinic. Play your defender in midfield.
That's why.
This guy, and yet people want Man City to win the title.
Well, where got Man City? You want Man City to win the title? They want Arsenal to win, what?
Uh,
Neo doesn't want Arsenal to win because they got that thing.
You want City to win.
Because
I
Arsenal
arrogant,
got
lah.
that thing.
No, it's
plus
just one person.
plus Arsenal arrogant. Ant is arrogant on life.
On life.
On-
How about you, Jim? What do you think? Trent at midfield.
No, you see, for me, I think Trent in midfield, I think it's a good. I mean, it's a good idea, and I think he will flourish there. But here's the thing, right? I mean, not from a footballing perspective, and I'm gonna say this: this group of people who are clamoring for Trent to start in midfield, okay, would then go and say, "Oh, FSG didn't bring in the cash. FSG didn't buy players." Moment Trent starts underperforming or loses the momentum, they'll be like,
Yep.
"Oh, FSG didn't splash the cash. That's why Klopp had no choice but to play Trent there." And then what becomes
True,
FSG fault for that as well?
True,
So
true.
I mean, I don't know lah. I mean, there's it's not possible pleasing this group of fans lah.
Hey, but
It's
guys,
not possible.
staying on Jude Bellingham, right? Right now, the price that is being touted is
120
120
million.
million. Plus,
Ridiculous.
that is excluding the agent fee, which is 10 million.
Wait. And somebody just said ridiculous. Who said ridiculous? Was it Joel or was it Haizam?
Joe.
Me.
Okay,
No, I'm not.
Joel,
Me.
that's right. If Joel said ridiculous, I agree. Haizam
Okay,
said ridiculous,
stick and
I
forgive.
kick him out.
Ah,
If Haizam said ridiculous, kick him out.
Aizam only.
But look at it, man. 120
Ah.
million plus add-ons. That's easily going to go 140. The only
Yep.
realistic club that could buy him is City and Madrid.
yeah, but no. But the
what-
question
for
right now,
what
Joe, that
Chelsea-
I want to ask. Yeah, the question I want to ask right now, you have to also factor in he wants a guaranteed 6 years contract. 6 years,
Yeah.
6 years with a minimum payout per week 300,000. So right now, you look at his age, 19 years old. Yes, he has the world under his feet. But can I please remind you of a certain Jadon Sancho, who was killing it, who was flying without wings at Dortmund. He was doing it domestically, Champions League, and even during some of the international games, right? You look at Jadon Sancho, and when his name was being rung up for Old Trafford, I was scared shit, man, because I just said, man, they're getting a proper winger. There's no chance in
Yeah.
hell that this guy
I
can
was
fail.
excited as well, man.
Came from the English system, played for Manchester City youth, went there to Dortmund, got all the necessary experience, and look, he is right now going back to the mountains for the second time
Okay.
to recuperate with Jackie Chan. When he
Yeah.
was doing his
He's doing it, didn't he?
with Karate Kid going back second time because the first time he went to the mountain, he scored once, and after that he flopped again. So now
And then
going back second time with Jackie Chan, Karate Kid. All right, but are we not worried about splashing that huge amount of money? Would you do it, Tips? Would you do it? Would you splash everything on this guy, Jude Bellingham?
No, I wouldn't.
I felt
Like,
silly
okay,
before
you see,
the international
the,
series as
the
well.
reason why I say I wouldn't, right, is very simple, right? Okay. We look at the Dortmund players who've moved, okay. If you take Akanji and Haaland, for example, okay, they've moved from Dortmund to Man City, and Man City has a system. Man City has a
Shut up,
system.
Lasam. Yeah.
I'm gonna remove you, Zami.
No, I hate his hairstyle, man. I really hate his hairstyle.
Your hairstyle, Rabak, what's this hairstyle?
Okay,
I mean, you look
Man
nice.
City-
You look nice.
Lah, cool lah.
No, I-
Hey, you look cute. You look cute. The guy beside you look cute.
The light beside you, the colorful shirt. Look cute.
Hey, no, not.
Colorful shirt look cute. Don't expose.
No, don't
Everybody-
But wait. You just cut your hair, is it? In that time when
Yeah,
you
I just cut my hair.
No.
I had a
yeah,
haircut.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
After he got that compliment,
Waiting for round
straight
two, he
away,
go
Joe.
Straight away,
12 a.m. he go and find the nearest barber. The barber that
Yeah.
opened up at 12 a.m. cut. Because he looked cute.
That's the point. Cut the haircut so they don't acute.
Ini macam like Jack Grealish hairstyle, ber.
Hey,
Ah,
no.
only one person
No,
has
Jack
it.
Oh, lah,
Grealish
Jack-
does-
No, this one Jack Black lah. School of Rock.
The Jack
Go ahead,
Grealish
go ahead.
hairstyle, only one person said. He went to the Malaysian barber. He said, "Okay, I want
Ah.
Jack Grealish hairstyle."
Tips. I want to ask you honestly, Tips. All right. I hope I don't offend you in any shape or form. But what is it about this little Sunil Habibi Rai? Why would he always want to place in Villa amongst the conversation? Why?
Now he's
I
really
tell you,
lobbying for
I-
Villa.
You see, there was this particular quote, right, given from this particular player who plays for a certain black and white zebra horse team, lah. Okay, and this particular
Barcode-
player said, right,
Barcode FC, is
team.
it, Tips?
Barcode FC.
Okay.
And there's no Juventus, and this particular player said, okay, oh, they're on fire right now. Well, tell them the fire truck is on the way to put out the fire, lah. Okay. And this particular player is a Coventry City fan, right? Boyhood Coventry City. So he said that, well, the fire truck came. Sorry, the fire was there. The fire truck came. The fire engine came. Everything came, but the firemen were not there. They were on strike. They couldn't put out the fire. This was said by the great John McGinn.
Okay.
Particular barcode fan, I tell you, Joe broke him already. Joe broke him and he said could have been 7-0. I didn't say 7-0. I didn't say 6-0. You see, he's being a Twitter boy right now. Twitter is talking like that.
Yeah. That's why, I think today, right, it's premeditated, This, whatever he claims that he's having right now, right, that little throat pain, he's obviously not the one receiving. That is as much as we all can establish as a group. He is usually not the one who receives. Unless we don't know something that's going on behind closed doors. Okay? So assuming that he's not someone who receives, why would he have anything to do with his throat?
That's why. Something is wrong. I tell you, something is wrong. You see, even this comment, Zebra Horse 4 Aston Villa 4-3 Aston Villa aggregate. How is it correct lah? These are the Twitter boys.
He's a teacher lah, dey.
Correct.
He's a teacher.
But you check his postal code, Tips. He might be sharing the same postal code as a certain Joel Robert. Loose only, rain check.
That's why I didn't check.
Loose, rain check. Same postal code.
No. The funny thing, but the person who is saying is also the same gang lah. Paitao FC lah.
That one makan.
That one
Therapy
makan.
session must appear. Loose withdraw must appear. Not like someone.
I don't understand. Out of nowhere, I mean, I'll come back to my question, but out of nowhere, I never talk about Jude to Villa, no.
Okay, never mind. Let's
This is
ignore
a very
him for a
good
bit.
comment. This is a good comment, though. You see, there are some people, all right, that looks at Jude as a DM. There are some that looks at him as a 6, 8.
Oh yeah, true.
or a
Good question.
10.
Good question, Joe.
Yeah, like what is he? That's the thing. Till
It's
this
an 8,
day,
man.
I've never
8. I think
figured
it's an
what
8.
Jude can play.
Oh no.
And 8, yeah.
I
Box to box, yeah.
saw a video about why he took the number 22 because if you look at it, he plays like an 8, he plays like a 6, he plays like a 4, right? It totals up to 22 for some strange reason, which like I was like, how I think
It's
he plays
18
like
what?
10. No, he plays a 10. He
10.
plays like 8. He plays like a 4 or 6 lah. I can't remember. So the
4 is
video
at the back already what?
Hey,
4 lah, apa dah 4.
you go and calculate your max first. Then you come.
Yeah, I mean lah.
Aizam, if I need to remind you of your ethnicity, please don't expose us online, okay? Because I am the same race as you.
No, okay. Let me repeat. Okay.
During
So
COVID,
people say
there was
he
a
plays
meme,
like
that says we cannot count. I don't want to say the word, but they say, hey, sorry, we cannot count.
See? The teacher say I plays like a 6
I don't
and a
know.
9.
It's the calculator.
Forget about him. This guy, he likes to butter. He likes to butter people, and then from the back, pew, he give. But the team lose, all of a sudden, guys, today, my throat FC.
Hey, but
Throat
somehow
FC.
he was actually typing this
Waste
message
time.
for a good 3-4 minutes, because he was like probably trying to portray it in a way whereby he's sick, but he don't want to offend people. At the same time, he don't want to feel like, hey, my team just lose a Buto. I don't want to be
Cannot take it lah, Joe. Because why, Joe? Okay, let's say for example, Joe. If you were to tell us just now, okay, guys, sorry, rain check FC. All right, but this one legitimate rain check because you won, but you still rain check, so we can buy that reason, Then he will say, guys, yes, my throat is hurting, but I can still make it for today. But because you decide to turn up, his throat a bit only, so throat a bit, just a bit of itch.
Look at that. Arsenal is a quiet club.
He's lying down, like he got hit by man flu.
Terrible.
Waste time, this guy. Don't talk lah. Okay, so how Jude Bellingham? Is he
Jude
coming?
Bellingham, guys.
Because what I think right now, if I'm a betting man, I'm putting my money on Jude staying at Dortmund for one more season,
1 more year,
so that he can reassess his options.
Yep. I don't think he'll go to Liverpool. I don't think he'll move.
No, no tips.
No,
Joe?
No.
Joel, Robert, do you think he will move this season?
Unless, man, you look at this Haizam, right? He's got something up his sleeve. Unless Man City decides to cash in on Calvin Phillips.
Oh,
and
then
use
get Jude
that money to.
Well, they don't need to
Bellingham.
use the money, but you know what I mean, right? Cash in on Calvin Phillips and get.
plus
Dude, that would be
Bernardo
like
and Gundogan also reportedly leaving.
Yep.
Gundogan leaving. Bernardo Silva also wants to leave.
Gundogan leaves. Then there might be a chance.
Because according to Zami, when we met last week, Gundogan wants to end his career at Dortmund.
Yeah.
That's what he
So-
said.
Bernardo Silva also wants
But
to leave.
maybe he wants to go to London for a while. And play for the greatest coach ever in football history.
But Tottenham got no coach, right?
Yeah.
Tips. I'm talking about Brentford.
Chelsea also got no coach.
Crystal Palace, I thought Crystal Palace was what?
Hey, guys, Crystal Palace, man. You know, when Roy Hodgson was being appointed, I was the first one to laugh my ass off. I was the first guy to lambast that move. I'm saying they have lost the plot over there at South London. To sack an upcoming manager, Patrick Vieira, who has brought Black Lives Matters into the squad, and then to sack him for an old whitey
And then you
to come
for
into
one
the
guy.
squad. Yes, these are ballers, street ballers, and you ask Roy Hodgson to handle the squad. I was thinking, how does the math stack up in this? Look, 3 back-to-back wins, you know.
And they did the opposite of what Chelsea did. Sack Potter to bring in Fat Frank.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Roy Hodgson, man, if he managed to actually bring Crystal Palace, I don't know mathematically if it's still possible for them to finish top 10 or even 9 for that matter. Instead of talking about Unai Emery, all right, talking about Unai Emery taking up manager of the season and Eddie Howe, could we give it to a certain Roy Hodgson?
Who the hell say Unai Emery manager of the season? No, I didn't say that. You
Hey.
guys have been saying that. I
Hey.
never said that.
It was
Tips.
one of the times in your SOS moments where you were saying this.
In
Ah.
SOS,
Yeah,
Joe,
in your
Joe.
drunk moments,
If-
you don't lie. We
If
have
Tips
receipts,
talk about
huh?
Aston Villa, Victor Sim will
Yeah.
butter him. All of a sudden, Victor Sim become villain. And then Sunil on WhatsApp messages, oh, yes, Villa do this. Yes, Villa. Oh, yes, Villa.
You forgot Asmir? If we don't
Azmir
win,
also,
Ah.
another world-class supporter of Aston Villa. Yes, I hope Aston Villa wins it. why wouldn't we believe that you actually said that Unai Emery should be given the title? But Roy Hodgson, man, what a job this guy has actually done for Crystal Palace. If you need
A
the
lot.
perfect farewell party, this would be the one.
I don't think
And
so. I
Zaha.
mean,
And Zaha, guys, Zaha will leave for free. End of
apparently
season.
Arsenal is interested in him again.
No, the thing is,
Not
I think
gonna.
Zaha is okay to leave football for free as well.
No lah.
I think it's it. My man, he spits the bars like
Hey,
no
he can
one,
rap,
bro.
boy.
He
He
can
can
rap.
rap.
He can rap. Now,
Yeah.
whoever it is, like if it's like Zaha or whoever, but they can rap. But yeah, guys, let's just take this, Alexander. If United get
Yeah. They
got a
might get Jude. Why?
successful
Is that Jude
Qatari
Bellingham
takeover,
knocking on your door?
maybe
He's
it's
a
my
Qatari
in-laws. Yeah, I think
businessman.
I'm too loud. No.
Okay. So Qatari taking over. I don't know why, when this will happen. Because if
Guys,
we
we
were
need
to
to
read,
wrap it up.
okay, if we were listening to some tweets, right, it seems like the takeover is on the verge of happening. All right, according to some oracles out there,
We don't need
reliable
all of them.
sources.
We just need one person. Okay,
Fabrizio
it's gonna
Mio
happen.
lah. Fabrizio lah.
Yeah. No, you know what? I tell you, if this takeover fails, you know the GIF that I will actually post every single day. You know the three Habibis, they were dancing in the desert. Because
The stick.
this Joel Robert, ever since they were linked to this Arab takeover, oh man, I want to swear, but this is Ramadan, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Every single time when there's a breaking news about Sheikh Jassim buying over, he will post the Arab dancing. I tell you what, Joe, if this takeover fail, I will buy you the suit, the Arabic suit. You will go to futsal pitch wearing that.
I'll wait. Guys, no, listen. See. For me, football is on the pitch. Business wise, I'm not really involved. But the thing is, when I saw that post, that stick post, I was like, whoa, I'm gonna do that when the Qataris take over, man. But the thing is, if they don't take over, screw it, lah. Glazers are there. Football is in the pitch, lah. For me, it's in the pitch. But the things,
Yeah, but
answer
Jude,
to this,
but Jude,
Alex.
yeah.
Honestly speaking, because like I said, I'm clueless. I don't know where the hell I'm going to play him, and I don't
Yeah.
want to spend 120 million on him. I'd rather get someone like Alex McAllister, get someone out of the blue lah. I don't want players, and I heard from now Bayern Munich, Grafenberg might be available.
Yeah.
He wants to come out of Bayern Munich. He wants to get playing time as well.
We can
So
get Frank Cassie as well from Barcelona. Frankie Cassie.
we were actually I don't know, man. We were with him, but
But
they
according
didn't
to
wanna
them,
buy him
but
in the
according to
first
Frank, he doesn't want to leave, Tips.
Yeah, he did.
He doesn't want to
They
leave
hardly
because
want
he
to
just
leave.
got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just got
Yeah,
there.
he's not playing much as well.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
No.
is ideal.
I think right now
It'll be
he's playing.
good.
Right now he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing. Frank Cassie is playing like
Oh, now he's
quite
playing, okay.
week in week out. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we get FDJ, we get McAllister. I think it's done. I think it's enough. But at this rate, FDJ is done and dusted. I doubt he's going to leave. So we got to find someone. Grafenberg,
for FJ lah,
I
try.
love him.
No, you fail FDJ. Try FJ.
FJ no longer watches us.
No, never watch us already. FJ, if you're still watching us, FJ, please put it in the comment. Hi guys, I'm still watching you.
Hey, you can also try
How about
for
FJ?
Joel. You can try for Bruno Guimaraes as well, right?
I think, guys, next week, all right, when we come back proper for the
Yeah,
Monday night therapy
let's talk
session,
about
because we're
Bruno.
about to
Will
wrap this
he
up.
stay? Yeah.
Yes, in 3 minutes' time. Because I'm thinking if Newcastle cannot secure Champions League, Bruno
Will he
Guimaraes should be the subject of transfer. I
Yes,
say it
correct.
first.
Probably would. He
Let's talk
probably
about
would.
this the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
wrap
would
up,
you
Jude.
want to play? Yeah, why would you want to play Europa, man, when you can play Champions League? Barcode
Exactly.
FC. Come on, get out. Have some ambition.
Exactly.
You got Arsenal to choose from, City, you got United and Villa.
You
Ah,
forgot
Villa, top four.
Once
Villa top four,
enters
what?
once Villa, no, he said that once Villa enters UCL, you need a solid DM, right?
Yeah,
that's
Bruno
why lah.
Guimaraes lah.
Oh, not
Oh,
once
yeah.
lah. It's when.
It's
When?
Not
when.
once.
When?
When Villa enters. So there is a tinge
when.
of certainty there in the statement. All right, but Joe,
Yep.
great session, great laughing session, great therapy session. Sorry that I had to join the party slightly later, but you know what? They say the best men, they always come in late into the club. Right?
That's true.
Relegation watch done. That's done.
Done,
Everything
all
away.
done.
We have covered everything, right?
We forgot this.
No, we did. Dibs, we did. Right? Remember,
We
we talked
didn't.
about Bournemouth.
We spoke about Bournemouth,
Oh.
not about Spurs.
No. The thing is,
No,
the
we
key pointer is we did talk about Bournemouth. Spurs, we don't need to talk about. It's okay. All right, fellas. To all you
Yeah.
guys out there watching, thank
Hey,
you so much
Selamat
for
Hari Raya.
hanging out with us, Alex and everybody, and to all
Joe,
my
Selamat Hari
Malay
Raya, Joe. To
Muslim.
everybody
Yeah,
celebrating.
Selamat Hari Raya, fellas. Selamat Hari Raya. So with that, we might or might not be back next Monday. We'll keep you guys
Okay?
in check. If
Eh?
it's not Monday, it will be
Wait,
Tuesday.
wait.
If it's
What
not
is this?
Monday, it will be Tuesday.
Hello. Our show is
Yes.
called Monday Night Therapy. Just because once we had it on Tuesday, now Monday be Tuesday. Huh?
Because the Rain Check FC is quite heavy on Monday, guys.
He's quite heavy on Monday. Never mind, it's okay.
Yeah.
For him, we will change it. But if we get him on board, we will lose Zebra Crossing.
Zebra who
Yeah,
cannot
correct.
throw
Because you don't want to be with me.
every Tuesday. cannot play.
Ricola. All right, guys.
Betul.
Thank you so much for tuning
Alright.
in, man. So stay safe.
Bye,
All
guys.
right. Enjoy the long festival and be kind to everybody. Stop the banter, especially towards Arsenal
Yeah.
fans. Always think of us. And then we'll see you again. If not Monday, rain check. Tuesday, Ricola. Either two
Yes.
of these days. All right.
And if
Just tune
anything
into our
happens, don't forget
socials.
to check AFTV videos or whatever messages to Anwari. With that, cheers, guys.
No. I don't
Bye.
need it this weekend.
Till
Okay.
then
Bye
again,
bye.
Aston Villa.
Bye-bye.
Let's